Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me and allowing me to continue to be your daily advocate. If you're new here or you're not subscribed for any reason, please do me a huge favor and hit the subscribe button. Thank you to all of you who have been watching and following me for so long. It truly means a lot, and I'm glad that I can be this person.
I just think it's a terrible time to be short crypto. It's a terrible time to be selling crypto. That's just my personal, humble opinion, because even if things do go down lower, even a fair bit lower, where is it going to be another year or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 from now? I mean, the risk-reward ratio is absurd at these levels. That's where I stand anyway. The opportunity for life-changing wealth, it's hard to understate. It's still there in crypto. And actually, I'm going to try and illustrate that a bit at this point. And this admits, consider this. What's happening? What's the backdrop of what's going on in terms of actual XRP moving around? Well, look at this headline from You Today. I'll just mention it in the intro because why not? Here's the headline. Record 512 million XRP shifted by Ripple and unknown wallets. Folks, what we're continuing to see is more wallets being created, more actual adoption of XRP in terms of utility, more adoption of XRP in terms of speculation. And both do matter as far as I'm concerned. Both matter. And when you look, if you've been in the space, you may know a lot of this. If you've been in it for a while, and it's okay, nobody has to agree with me, but I'm just looking at everything that's going on here, and it's just like, my gosh, this is a once-in-a-species opportunity, with the advent of crypto, but as a result, I don't think that any of us are ever going to have this type of opportunity ever again, and here we are so fortunate to be living in this. And just people are not sufficiently taking advantage of this. And yes, there's an opportunity things could go down. In fact, I do want to highlight this before the video's over. Here's a headline from the Daily Huddle. Veteran trader who correctly called massive Bitcoin crash updates outlook on top crypto asset. And he's pointing out that, certainly crypto follows stocks, and things could be getting potentially very bad for stocks. But that's why I'd still argue, even if this is the case, and even if crypto gets lower, I'm not gonna, I'll buy more then. It would just be more appealing to me. So, even if we have a delay, because again, I admit, crypto follows the stock market, okay, you will be enticing me to buy more. When the prices go down, you do not entice me to sell it, because, what am I gonna get? Less? No, I don't think so. I think it's a silly way of looking at things. But before going any further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. As I record this, XRP is sitting at 70 cents, Bitcoin's at $39,648, market cap at $1.88 trillion for the asset class, Bitcoin dominance at 39.97%. So it's down compared to, several days ago, whatever it's been. It was more like $42,000, but we anticipated it was going to do this, or at least many analysts did, as I've been highlighting. I'll highlight again just a minute or 2 or 3 from now, whatever it ends up being. This should not be surprising anybody, and it's scaring people. Here's the Crypto Fear and Greed Index at 24 out of 100, indicating market participants are in extreme fear, but don't make no damn sense. So let's take a step back, remove the emotion. What's the real opportunity here? I want to try and illustrate this a little bit, and how people of even modest means can truly achieve life-changing wealth. Look, seriously, I really believe this. Here's a tweet from somebody in our community named XRPJB, who wrote, "Is it true the average XRP holder doesn't hold at least 1,000? So that's the question. The average XRP holder doesn't even hold 1,000 XRP. That is true, actually. In all likelihood, here's what I tweeted in response. I wrote, "This is likely true. In fact, about 75% of all XRP wallets hold less than 200 XRP. Okay, so if we know that's a fact, and we do know that's a fact, about 75% of all XRP wallets hold less than 200 XRP, why am I not saying, yeah, obviously, almost nobody has at least 1,000 XRP? Why am I not saying that? Well, I think it's highly likely that it is the case. But here's the thing. Most people, I believe, hold their XRP on exchanges, on cryptocurrency exchanges, in shared wallets. So I don't know, as a result, how many people that are just holding their XRP on exchanges. I don't know what their quantities would be. You can't tell from the ledger because, again, it's a shared address. I don't know of any way to break that down. If there is, somebody let me know, because that'd be amazing. If you could tell by destination tag or something like that. I don't even know if that's possible, but if it is, that would be amazing. There's that, and then it's also the case too on the flip side that some people can have multiple addresses. Like for instance, I have multiple XRP addresses. But so here, take a look at the XRP rich list, and this is astonishing. I've been highlighting this from time to time within the last few weeks or so. In particular, I've highlighted it a few times. But if you look at the address here, roughly where I'm circling, you can see that, even just ballparking it real quickly, I mean, it's over 3 million of the roughly 4.1 million XRP addresses that have less than 200 XRP. That's amazing. So those people, I think, can you imagine if you have like 10,000 XRP? Like, what's it gonna be? Because the people, you're towards the top end there. I mean, you're in the top, to be in the, what's the number here? Percentage, there's 10,000. Yeah, so there are 89,000 accounts that have between 5,000 and 10,000 XRP. There's 93,000 accounts that have between 10 and 25,000. So you can see in terms of percentages, it doesn't take that much to be there. In fact, to be in the top 10% of holders, you only need 2,000 XRP. But can you imagine if you're in like the top 4%? Because if you have 10,512 XRP, you're in the top 4% of XRP holders on the planet. Just breaking it down by wallet. That's amazing. And like people, I understand that most people don't have a ton of money, but even if you're a person of modest means or lower income, consider this. And nobody get offended by this, please. Car payments don't make sense to me. Okay, and I've had a car payment in the past. I'm a 38-year-old man. The last time I took out a loan on a car was 2009. So I was a bit younger. I was 25. That was the last time, and I'll never do it ever again. Because my stance is either you can afford something or you can't afford it. If you can afford it, then just buy it. Like, I'm not, because what's it do when you don't have the money? Like, what are people actually doing? Especially if they're buying brand new cars. Do you understand how much money and the opportunity, like money's being spent and the opportunity cost of all this? Think about it. Look at creditkarma.com. What they write here, it's on your screen. The average car payment for Americans is $644 for a new car and $488 for a used car. And so again, I'm not attacking. I'm sure plenty of people out there listening. This is very normal. Okay, I'm the one that's the weirdo saying don't do this. So fine, make fun of me. That's fine. I'm not. Please don't be offended by this. I'm just sharing my opinion. But I think it's something like 30. Last I read, like a third of Americans have a car payment. So again, very normal. But does it actually make sense, especially if you're talking about a brand new car? $644 a month. Hell, even if crypto didn't exist, if you invest from a young age, from like say age 20 until you retire, if you invested that much, and you'd have like millions of dollars, because compound interest is a thing. Look up compound interest calculators if you think I'm making that up. You'd have like several $1 million by the time you retire. Just from that, just from not having a car payment. And if you think that you can't do it, frankly, that's just not true. I reject that premise. You can buy a cheap car, you just don't want it. And I understand it's not as appealing to drive like a $3,000 car. I understand that. I've done it before, though. I've had cars that are worth only a few $1,000s in my life. Yeah, there's no shame in that whatsoever. It's a freaking ride, man. It's a thing that gets you from A to B. There's no shame in that, and you're being financially responsible. It's something to be proud of. When I see most cars on the streets, I'm just like, there's a car payment. That person has a car payment. I bet that person has a car payment, because most of them do, right? Don't you think? Or at least a lot of them do. However the numbers break down, a ton of them are just car payments there. And so the reason I'm highlighting this is this money could be going into something else. Even if you don't want to invest in an index fund like I just cited, that takes decades and decades to get the millions of dollars. This money, here's one way, just not having a car payment, you could put it in XRP. And I'm not telling you to buy or sell any crypto specifically. I'm just sharing interesting ideas. I think it's interesting to think through this, because I crunched the numbers before recording this video. So if you have $644 going per month going in a car, that's $7,728 per year going into an asset that historically depreciates. I mean, it does. I understand car prices have been going up, used car prices in particular, because of inflation. I understand that. But just look, normal times, prices, the value of these cars, they're plummeting. They just plummet. You drive it off the lot, it goes down by thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. So there you go, $7,728. You know how much XRP that would buy you? It would buy you at 70 cents, which is the price today. That would buy you 11,040 XRP. That would put you right there after 1 year, even just that, just not having a car payment. That would put you in the top, top 4% of XRP holders on the planet. Top 4%. And it doesn't mean don't have a car. I understand if people need cars, but like I said, I've had junk cars before, and they work. Okay, it's not a big thing. I like nice cars. Don't get me wrong. That's fine. I have a nice car, but it's not something that is necessary. If you can afford it, great, go for it. Super duper. If you can afford a car outright anyway. But my gosh, the opportunity cost for all of this. And yeah, cars break, and I understand that, but you can almost never financially justify replacing a car. Like, even if you say, oh my gosh, I don't know if it's not reliable, the engine could go out, okay. But even if you had to replace the engine and then the transmission, that's still going to be a lot less than paying on a $40-something thousand car for 5 years. So even no matter what it is, no matter how many repairs you still have to take, even if it's a cheaper car, you can't justify it financially. You can justify it other ways. You want something nicer, you want something more reliable, okay, fine. But you can increase. You don't have to have a $3,000 car forever. And so the idea that I'm positing here is financial responsibility, because I'm the type of guy that is about living beneath one's means, which I certainly do. If you look at how I live, fine, I have a nice car, but I paid for the damn thing in cash. And outside of that, frankly, you'd look at me, you'd be like, I don't know if that guy's doing very well. I'm not kidding. Not that I want to get into a bunch of my own personal financial aspects of my life, but I'm doing just fine. But you wouldn't know it from looking. But I'm the type that's wired in such a way that it's painful to spend money, which I think is a blessing. I'm the type that's just like save. That makes me feel good. So I'm lucky I'm wired to be like that. It's more challenging for people that aren't wired that way, but you can overcome it. I'm just saying, and again, this is just one thing. There are other things in life that people are spending money on, where if you just would, take the sacrifice in the short term, my gosh. Because think about this. So say you had 11,000 XRP because you made this one sacrifice. You no longer have a car payment. You have maybe a crummier car that's worth, even if it's just a few $1,000s, maybe it's 3,000, 5,000, 7,000, whatever it is. Okay, but you don't have a damn payment. All that money that you were sinking into it, you can now invest, whether it's in, typical index fund in a legacy financial world, or if it's in crypto. Well, if it's in XRP, and say you have 11,000 XRP, do you understand what that's worth if XRP does go to $10? Well, I'll tell you right now, that much XRP would be worth $110,400. $110,400 if XRP goes to 10, which seems perfectly reasonable to me. So you could drive this car, this depreciating asset, so that you can feel nice about it. Because look at me, look at my status in this car, right? You can do that. Humans do that. Come on, it's fair. But you can do that, or instead of having the depreciating asset and putting that much money in, you could just drive something that's more modest, live beneath your means, invest, and then damn, look at what that's good. And that's after just 1 year at this price. If you'd been doing that for like the last 5 years instead of putting that into a car, you could do the math really easily. Especially when XRP was 25 cents. I mean, you right there, if you'd been doing that for like the last 5 years, and if it does go to 10, that would be like 7 figures right there. And so what if XRP goes to $20? Well, then instead of $110,000, now that's $220,000. What if XRP goes to 30, which is not a crazy number? It certainly could happen. I don't know for sure if it will, but that doesn't sound nuts to me. $330,000. And that's just from not having a car payment. You know what I'm saying? So I'm more of like, if you follow, for those of you that follow Dave Ramsey, I'm more of his mindset, if you know who he is. Very famous financial guru, if you will. I'm more of his mindset. I agree with him on the vast majority of that type of stuff, just like live beneath one's means. Because this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and yeah, you could have your car, or you could have like a crazy amount of XRP and have life-changing money. So again, it's just food for thought. Do whatever you want. And again, I promise I'm not being mean or picking on you. I've done this too. I don't look down on you if you have a car payment. That's not the point of this. We all get to make our own adult decisions. I'm just saying, those people that sacrifice in the short term financially, they're going to have the most in the long term. And so for me, I've just been an investing machine. I throw the vast majority of what I earn into investments. And I've put a ton into crypto, and it's become worth way more than when I purchased. All of it has. It's just, the opportunity is really there. It's like, that's why I keep saying, it's just such an empowering message. That's why, please don't be offended. I'm not making fun of anybody that has a car payment or whatever it is. What I'm saying is it's an empowering message, because even if you don't make that much money, you can put in a bit, and it can just become truly life-changing for anybody listening, right? And it doesn't mean there's no risk. I'm not pretending there's no risk. There's risk to any investment. But if crypto keeps doing what it's been doing for, like, basically the entirety of the time it's existed, despite major pullbacks, What do you think is going to happen? You know, it's such an incredible opportunity. I love this. I'm never going to, that's what I'm saying, like, I'm never going to have a car payment ever again. And again, I'm a beneath one's means type of guy. Just my personal approach to life. Here's a tweet from my fellow XRP YouTuber, The Bearable Bull. He wrote, XRP reached $2 during this case. I believe XRP will still rise to $10 plus during this alt season, even while the case is going on. This is a speculative bull run, not a utility bull run. And I actually retweeted that because that resonates with me. That sounds right to me. This is not about utility. Market's too immature to really sufficiently care about utility, even though I care about it. Maybe you listening, you care about it. But speculative, yup. I love humans speculating. Make your emotional decisions, because it's those people who I half-jokingly call useful idiots, these people that emotionally buy and sell, you're the ones that cause the volatility. I'm counting on you to continue doing what you do, which is what makes the life-changing wealth possible for the rest of us. That's what I'm looking for right there. That's what I'm counting on. And then there is this from Credible Crypto, chart analyst. He said, some about Bitcoin here, 39,000s and my first downside target tagged. Not sure if that will be it, or if we will make one more push down to take the lows at $38,500. Either way, would not be selling / short here. Time to do that was on the retest of the lost weekly level at $42,000. Yeah, in particular for traders, maybe it made sense if you're a trader and you wanted to be short there. For me, I'm not a trader. I don't think it makes sense for about 99% of humans to be traders. Almost all of them lose money, and the ones that make money don't make that much money. It's much wiser, based on data that's available, to just buy and hold for a long time, and then when it's sufficiently enticing to sell for you, whatever that would be for each person subjectively, then go ahead and sell if you want to sell. But to get, timing the market and FOMOing in and panic selling, all that crap, that doesn't make any damn sense. But anyway, he's saying in all likelihood, either the lows already happened or we're basically there. It's not going to matter. And then there was this from the Daily Hodl. I found this topic interesting. Veteran trader who correctly called massive Bitcoin crash updates outlook on top crypto asset. Veteran trader Peter Brandt thinks Bitcoin could be headed for a serious price dip. Brandt, who gained notoriety in crypto circles for correctly calling Bitcoin's 2018 collapse, tells his 633,200 Twitter followers that Bitcoin could drop to $27,000. Oh my gosh, I'm scared. So what if, let me just pause. Even if he's right, I will not feel fear. This asset class is not going away. Bitcoin, there's no sign it's going to go away anytime soon, if ever. I'd prefer it not go away, and I'm not convinced that it will go away. But even if it's not always number one forever, I kind of doubt it's going to be number one forever, but maybe it is. I don't know. But anyway, even if this happens, if it does, I'm going to start to feel like maybe it's time to dollar cost average in again. Because even though you don't know where the bottom is, like I'll get back in that mode. If you're talking about that, prices get low enough and everybody's panicking, that starts to get exciting and fun for me. So I'm the opposite, because I understand how the lemmings respond, and so I'm going to be like, let the people do what they do. Let the useful idiots make their buying and selling decisions with emotion. Okay, fine. I'm not. I'm going to be like, wow, this looks like a bargain. And then I'd start looking at it and perhaps other cryptocurrencies. Anyway, piece continues though. The move would represent a more than 31% decrease for Bitcoin, which is trading at $39,627.71 at time of writing. The top-ranked crypto asset by market cap is down more than 2% in the past week and more than 7% in the past 30 days. Now, Brandt also speculates that the NASDAQ 100 index could be mirroring the dot-com crash of the early 2000s, saying on Twitter that the chart is giving him deja vu. And here's the quote, "It's deja vu all over again. Yogi Berra, late 20th century American philosopher."
So enjoy your day, everybody. I'm always here for you. Leave any comments or questions below, and be sure to subscribe. But thanks, everybody. I really appreciate you. Enjoy your day, and I always have your back. So thanks so much, everybody.